Hey guys, what's up? Beast and Beast Toys here coming at you. Gonna do an opening of a Commander Cody Revenge of the Sith version here. So a couple things to note here. We have a Cody with removable helmet, did not have before, and of course we are in the Revenge of the Sith packaging, and does come with this, and it's up here. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm pretty sure I've seen this little figure somewhere in a game for another toy, and I'm sure it's a Hasbro, another Star Wars toy line of sorts that had this packaged with something. And I swear, I mean, I could be, hey, listen, I could be wrong, and it may be a little bigger version of this too. And I think I have one somewhere. I don't know where. I think it's in my kids' toys of sorts. But I swear that I've had one of these. So it's cool that they've added this. Cool, again, like I said, this probably have a newer mold. Although the archive version did kind of change that to a newer mold, if I recall correctly. Got to think about that. Anyway, so, and another fun thing to note is, gotta remember to cancel my pre-order when I get off this video. Went out to my local Walmart to get a couple other things this evening. Zoom down the toy aisle. As usual, I'm like, nothing. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a side stack, which is on the end cap, and Star Wars CR2. And I'm like, ooh, like, I wonder what this is. Probably one of these Super Galaxy Adventures things or whatever. Wrap around the corner, and they got a boatload of these. Just all these figures, and then there's some other ones. Got a Captain Rex coming, Ahsoka, from the Ahsoka version. That was one. I'll talk about it when I get there. So, I just decided I had to have it. I don't need a new, I didn't really feel like I needed a new Rex, but I had to have it. So anyway, so we're going to do 2 clone captains tonight, or Commander Cody and then Captain Rex. All right, so here we go. So had this pre-ordered, and you know, I'm not going to worry about packaging being crappy or bent up because I grabbed 2 really good ones at the store, so this one doesn't matter. The only reason I ended up picking this one is I think, if I could show it in the light, maybe I don't see. There's a little nick somewhere in here, not bad. Yeah, barely, can't really tell. Yeah, there it is. I can see it in the light there. There's a little scratch. Not a big deal, but at any rate, I said, well, this was my opener. I grabbed it off the shelf, so that was on me. I could have paid more attention, but I was also talking on the phone to a friend while I was doing some toy shopping, so I didn't pay enough attention, so that's that. So anyway, as I said, we have Commander Cody here, and we're going to tear into him, check him out. So yeah, you get, again, one of the main differences with this particular figure is we will get the Emperor hologram piece. And like I said, there's one I'm about 90% sure, actually I'll say about 99% sure that there is a piece like that out there somewhere in another Star Wars toy line that comes with that. So yeah, the downside is here I'm trying to tear this off, and it ain't gonna matter. It's still gonna jack this up royally. Yeah, still messing it up. I didn't realize that was taped on, I guess. I should have remembered that from my 501st. I did a 501st video the other day. You can check that out as well. That's about the only other ones I'm not opening anymore. I do have a oh, whatchamacallit, here's the packaging. Of course, this is the picture shot from the movie. I think that's still in theaters for this week, maybe next week. So here he is. Before I pull him out, again, you can see the very tiny, and like I said, this piece is very similar to one, again, in another toy line. I think the one I'm thinking of might be bigger. I want to say I feel like it is. At any rate, I have it, it's there, and then I have the other one. The other one may be a lot bigger. Maybe one you could almost put in like a 12-inch figure. in the hands of, like I say, a 12-inch figure. All right, so almost forgot the blaster part. I'm gonna chuck this all out of the way. So here we go. I think it's a newer clone style body. I see some subtle differences on him as opposed to the archive and the original from the blue line, which again I feel like are pretty similar. But I don't know. I don't want to say that for sure without going back and looking. So what I see difference is his chest piece is a little more color, a little more banged up. You got the I think that's the commander's badge, whatever you want to call it, medals, whatever. This armband here on his arm, I believe that's not. And again, I could be wrong, so don't give me a hard time. I'm just going off the top of my head without digging out. My Commander Cody is in a big tote about this big, full of clones. I'm not joking. It's right over there. I think if you've watched before, you could probably figure out I've got a ton. So anyway, this in the back I think is new. This piece. So we have some subtle differences. The stripe on his arm, maybe that one I'm not 100% sure of, but I feel like the captain or commander's badge, the back part, that's definitely new. Obviously, removable helmet, very much so new with clone head. All clone heads are pretty much the same. So we've adjusted that. Looks more to scale. I believe if you looked at the helmet on from the archive and the original, it may be a little thinner, like narrower here, across like a width, of this thinner. That's what I mean by thinner, narrower, whatever you want to call it. And then we have the he's got his blaster. So pretty cool nonetheless. That's why I had a hard time not wanting to get this. Like, I walked in there. There was a couple other figures I passed on tonight. I bought the Rex. I'll do that video in just a minute. They had a Moff Gideon in the Mando armor, Moff Gideon, whatever you want to call him. They had two of them and two of the Moff Gideon Praetorian Guards. Why I would say I had a hard time buying those is I honestly feel like those will be on sale. I don't think, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're neat figures, especially the Moff Gideon is really cool too, but I mean, I'm telling you, personal opinion is I feel like that will be marked down. I feel like I'll be able to get that Moff Gideon figure later down the road, $14-15, truthfully. So anyway, and then the Moff Gideon guards, I think I'll be able to get those maybe for 20. I think you'll be able to catch those about $5 off. I'd say Amazon or somebody will end up with them later on. So I actually canceled my pre-order. Speaking of newer Black Series, canceled my pre-order for my Shock T and Luminara from Hasbro yesterday. I just decided I didn't really. I think I'll wait. I could bust them on Amazon right now and get them here in a couple days, but I'm not going to mess with them. So. The only thing I'll say, just can't really get this in his hand the way I want. His fingers seem really stiff, especially compared to other of these figures in the past. Just had a hard time getting that blaster in there, and maybe that blaster's hilt or handle is a little rigid, I think, maybe. So that could be part of the reason. But yeah, you look at this figure and you're like, ooh, that's you want to get this in his hand. Kind of, almost got it. I think I got it. Afraid if I pull too much and jerk around, it's going to fall out. But there he is. So there's your Commander Cody Black Series. Limbs are good, and they're not too stiff where you can't move them. But again, they're good. We can probably stand him up. Yep. And there you go. Voila. All right, guys. There's your new Revenge of the Sith updated Clone Commander Cody. So, cool figure. Definitely did not want to pass on this one. Just did a 501st Trooper, and it's cool. I did see someone post, which made sense. It's a looks like a repaint with the darker paint of a Commander Appo from the Target version that we got about a year or two ago, year and a half ago, I'd say. So yeah, that's true. I kind of looked at it and I thought, after I saw that post, and I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. So, but it is a new body style that they've got. It's nice. It's a good figure. I liked it too as well. So there you go, guys. There's Commander Cody. I'm gonna do the Rex video next, so it'll be posted directly after this one as well. Because I just, like I said, I had to get it. I don't know. And I'm not a major huge Rex fan. I do like Rex, and I do have 2 or 3 of the original versions of him, which do have removable helmets, if you recall. But they're the older clone body, and that was the kicker. This is the new clone body. So I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. I bit the bullet and got it. So we'll do that next. But anyway, here you go, guys. There's your Commander Cody. Cool. Definitely cool, and a good addition to the collection if you can grab one. Walmart looks like a lot of Walmarts are getting these. I think they'll be plentiful. You may even get lucky. I think I've already seen posts of them finding them on sale for 20 or less, 16 to 20 bucks. So good for you if you do. I know mine's just a pain in the ass to deal with, and they hardly ever get good figures anyway. They're sitting on a ton of Acolyte stuff and some Mando stuff, and just there's Black Series figures that's been there for, I'm not joking, probably 2 or 3 years. And so it's unfortunate, but that's what I worry about, not getting a good deal. So or trying to get a good deal later on down the road, if you know what I mean. So anyway, there you go. Thanks for watching, guys. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Get notifications of my videos. And with Commander Cody, Clone Commander Cody. Sorry about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Beast from Beast Toys. We'll see you.